Hello friends, and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be talking about simple living in the kitchen, some of the things that I do to promote simplicity in our lives and just to make things easier for all of those things that we have to do in the kitchen. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Colleen, and this channel is all about homemaking and simple living. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I look forward to meeting you down in the comments below. We started pursuing simple living back in 2010 when we started our own business. So entrepreneurship was the first way that we started looking at simple living, just to have more freedom and more control over our lives, our work time and our free time, and the way that we made money. So if you've been here for a while, you know that my husband and I own a consulting business. I started it in 2010, and probably about a year later, Gary quit his full-time job and joined me in that. Another way that we have worked towards simple living is downsizing. We moved from a 4,000 square foot house to the house that we live in now, which is about just under 2,400 square feet. And we've also been decluttering for years as well. So today I'm going to focus on the things that I do in the kitchen that promote simplicity and joy in our home. So there's many definitions of simple living, but what I think of for me is just a basic definition of simple living could be something like this: a way of life that allows me freedom and space to pursue what's important to me while reducing or eliminating complexities that make me feel stressed, cluttered, or tied down. So that's what I mean when I say simple living. I don't necessarily mean minimalism. I don't necessarily mean homesteading, although for other people, those might be really important pieces of simple living. Two things that are really important to me are family time at meals. So I like us to eat our meals together. We try to do 2 sit-down meals a day when everybody's home. And even if everybody's not home, we still do that with the people who are home. So if Gary's traveling for work, we still have 2 sit-down meals a day with everybody else. Or if Katie's at school, you know, the rest of us will sit down and have brunch or dinner. But that's really, really important to me. And the second thing that's really important to me is that I have to have peace in the home and not a frantic pace of life. So I like to have those slow mornings where I can make brunch and let it not be a frantic and stressed start to our day, where everybody's making breakfast at the same time. We're all bumping into each other and everybody's doing something different. Everybody's in a rush to get out the door. I like to have peace in the home in the morning, and I think it's good for all of us to experience that. Cleaning the kitchen between cooking allows the next time I cook to be a pleasant experience. I enjoy cooking in a clean, peaceful environment, and cleaning as I go also helps a lot. Kitchen organization can save time and help you do things easier. I keep my dishes right above the dishwasher so I can unload them more quickly, and I also keep my utensils directly across from the dishwasher so that unloading the utensils is also a very quick process. I try to keep things in intuitive places, such as coffee pods right below the coffee pot and mugs right beside, as well as spices and cooking supplies right beside the stovetop. Trying to keep perfectly clear countertops can work against you in a small kitchen, especially if you don't have a lot of storage space like me. So I like to keep frequently used items on my countertop, such as my air fryer, toaster oven, bread machine, my coffee pot and our mixer, things that are heavy and I really don't have any other place to store them, but they're frequently used. That actually makes my life easier. And this is an example of where simple living and minimalism don't always perfectly mesh. Next, I'm going to be baking some cookies. In this recipe, I usually can get about 5 dozen. And so what I'll usually do is go ahead and make about 3 dozen and freeze those in packs of 12 so I can pull them out later to bake them. I'll share the recipe below, but this is by far our favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe. And you can make it with any kind of chocolate chips you like, but we prefer the Ghirardelli milk chocolate for this.
If I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better if I wrote you a poem?
In one bowl, I'll combine all of the dry ingredients with a whisk, and then I will cream the butter and sugars together.
Suddenly you told me, baby, you're lost, but I am too. Whatever the cost, we'll make it through. Tell me you're the one for me now, 'cause what am I supposed to do if you are not the one, not the one?
Then I'll combine the eggs and vanilla with the wet mixture, and then add the dry mixture once those are combined.
If I told you that I don't know where I'm going, don't know what to say, but I go without knowing. If I told you
then I stir in the chocolate chips and we're ready to bake. Now I'm going to go ahead and bake these cookies. I'm going to bake 2 dozen and freeze a little bit more than 3 dozen. And I'll freeze them before I bake them. I'm using about a 1-inch scoop, and that's why I can get so many from this recipe. This recipe also has instructions for doubling or even tripling, so you can make a lot more if you want to, but for our small family, this is plenty.
I know I can't say that we didn't end it for good reason, still I'm hoping we'll be meeting soon. Everybody needs some time to figure themselves out, but I want you close, and I still have hope. I'm waiting every day for you to come back and tell me we can work it out, forget about the past. Now time moves slow, I'm not high or low, no, I'm somewhere in the middle and a little bit messed up, 'cause without you everything.
I thought I'd throw out some ideas to consider here at the end of the video. First, if you find your kitchen difficult or meal prep burdensome, do you have what you need to make cooking easier? If not, what are you missing? Or do you possibly have too much and the clutter in your space is overwhelming to you? If that's the case, then what can be decluttered to improve your experience when cooking?
But I knew it would not be easy, spending time apart and I almost can't believe it. Believe that you're gone and I don't think this will get better until you come around. I guess that everybody needs some time to
Do you find it difficult to cook because of a messy kitchen? If so, how can you increase the cleanliness of your kitchen between meals? Can you clean as you go? Can others help? Do you have children that could be trained to help clean the kitchen? Could you add shortcuts to make your meal prep a little bit easier, such as using boxed mixes or prepping vegetables ahead of time, or cooking in bulk and freezing?
'cause
easiest way to freeze the cookies is by putting them on a cookie sheet on top of parchment paper and then put that in the freezer for maybe 20 minutes just to get them sort of partially frozen and not sticky. And then from there, I'll put them in Ziploc bags, about 12 in each bag, and freeze them that way. Friends, we'd love to pray for you. If we can pray for you, let us know in the comments below. I hope you found this video helpful as well as calm and relaxing. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for being here today, friend. We'll see you next time. Bye.